Straight out of Davy Jones' locker and full sail ahead to the land of non-profitability. After seemingly coming to their senses and overcome with a desire to not lose hundreds of millions of dollars at the global box office by making a sixth Pirates of the Caribbean movie without the main star of the franchise, Disney has decided the real mistake was trying to make it with the top female star on the planet coming off her biggest hit and highest grossing film of last year, and are instead moving forward with someone you had a Google search in the lead role. Yeah, a movie made by modern Disney about a black woman in the 1700s that needs to resort to crime to get ahead in life. Boy, I wonder how subtle the messaging is going to be in that one. All that aside, if it's not Johnny Depp, then who cares who the lead is? This movie's going to tank. Jack Sparrow wasn't just the fan favorite of the franchise, he's the reason there is a franchise. He is to Pirates of the Caribbean what Indiana Jones was to Raiders of the Lost Ark. Good luck continuing that without him. If they didn't give us Indiana Jones in the follow up to Raiders, we wouldn't be begging them to quit giving us Indiana Jones 3 decades later. And it's way too soon to even be considering recasting the role. Maybe if it had been like 20 some years or something since the last one, they were going to reboot the whole thing, you might be able to get away with it. But if they tried that now after all the drama between Disney and Johnny Depp, God, what a disaster that would be. People wouldn't just not go. They would purposely go to literally whatever else, whether they're interested or not, just to stick it to that movie. The only way this might have a chance of working is if you said it like 100 years before or 100 years after the other movies. Then you could at least get away with the, oh, it's a different era, that's why so and so is not in it. Instead of having to explain away why we're following a character we're not interested in when one we are is out there somewhere in the world on an adventure we'd rather be seeing. It'd be different if it was a character in a radically different role from Jack, so we could see the Pirates of the Caribbean world from a point of view that we haven't before. Like a crew of sailors in the Queen's Navy going after some real piece of shit pirates that you want to see get taken down at the end of the movie. That'd be kind of cool. But that's not what they're doing. It's literally just another swashbuckling pirate doing the exact same things that Jack would normally be doing. How are you not just begging for this character to be constantly compared to Jack every step of the way, where they're almost guaranteed to come across as inferior to such an iconic character? There's rumblings now that they're trying to get Depp involved with this thing and have him star in it, but in a much smaller role than usual. So, in other words, just enough so they can put him in the trailers, on the poster, and every other piece of merchandise for the film. But the actual movie itself will still be about the new lead no one cares about. Good luck with that approach. You might be able to trick enough of the general audience into going opening weekend, but come week two, that movie's dead in the water. After bad word of mouth gets out about it being a bait and switch, and we all know how it's going to go. If they manage to get him to come back in a supporting role so that he can pass the torch to the new face of the franchise. Either they're just going to spend the whole movie deconstructing his character, trying to make him look like a complete loser in a desperate attempt to make you like the new character more by comparison, or he's going to be the same old Jack we all know and love, but slowly realize he kinda sucks now and can't quite do this stuff anymore over the course of the film. But then his ego will get in the way and he'll go off to do something he shouldn't to prove to himself and others they still got it. But he doesn't, and he screws up everything, and the girl has to come save the day, and in the end he'll be thankful and at peace with where he is in life, and passes on his captain's hat to the girl, for it is now her time. Or alternatively, he'll show up and die in the final climax. That's it. 100% chance one of those things happens in this movie. Either he sucks the whole movie and dies, or humbly steps aside in the end. Or he's classic Jack for a little bit at the start of the movie, then he sucks and dies, or humbly steps aside in the end. But we'll just have to wait and see where the tide takes us. Will they be able to center this franchise around fresh new characters in hopes that audiences take to them for future installments? Which they already tried and failed miserably, be honest, you don't even remember their names, just who their parents are? Or will we be able to watch for a final time as one of the most beloved iconic characters in all of film is forced off into the sunset? Or his watery grave? Who knows? Whichever we end up getting, one thing's almost a certainty. A seventh Pirates of the Caribbean film will be delayed indefinitely.